We're at JW's garage. Here working on this 1990 FLHS. Out riding, it came to a stop, and it's either a clutch or a tranny issue. We're not sure yet, so first thing we got to do is pull our primary case. Of course, dump your oil first.
Now what do you got there? You've got a drain plug into there?
Yeah, it's a little, like almost like a freeze plug. Got a little magnet in there to catch anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything.
There's no metal pieces on there?
No, just friction plate, you know, stuff from your clutch, of course.
Right.
No, no chunks, nothing. Well, looks good.
Yeah, it looks clean.
Yeah, well.
It's got a little bit of clutch material in it.
Yeah,
That's
you're going to get that. But
yeah.
I changed it before I went to my dad's and back. So really, it's only got like maybe 1,300 miles on oil. But it's cheap to replace.
And how much does it hold?
The primary is like a quart and a half. You can take off this round case, hold it straight up, fill it up, you know, to the bottom here, right here somewhere. It's about a quart and a half.
Ah.
This is your inspection plate to see how tight your primary chain is. Yeah, just to check it if you had some kind of rattling or something. So quick check.
We're going to be able to see that pretty soon.
We'll take off that whole case. We'll have to remove this peg first, remove this foot, and then you can get to all the bolts and we'll take it off. But let's let her drain for a little bit and get good and drained.
Cool, brother.
They're going for their third straight championship, so
I don't have to lay on the floor.
She's got to get back out there
and start taking off some parts.
Back up on the racetrack and in the field and the sales up freight for Amy. Defending champions enjoying the show of the three-dimensional services group. Motor City. We'll be back.
7/16.
All right, we gotta move that down.
Good thing about a Harley, about 3 wrenches you can work on this whole thing.
Nice.
It's an on-demand service for moving and delivery. Told you.
If you want to innovate, you first have to be innovative.
Always put the bolts back so you know where they're at.
A responsive manufacturing ready to accelerate your product.
Chrome side up.
Right.
Whoa. On the chair. Oh, my wheel.
And single source in product. Mitigating the most complex designs to scalable manufacturing. The three-dimensional services group. Prototype. Production.
Need.
You know better than that. You play it. If you hit a home run, you gotta flip the bat, strike a pose, and make sure you enjoy the moment.
Come on. Never show up the pitcher.
Idiots.
That thing ain't even fun.
That stupid. Ignore it and it won't get worse. You're dealing with a blown head gasket, and that's expensive. Of course, it doesn't have to be. Buyers needs head seal blown head gasket repair. You can fix the leak yourself, make your head gasket stronger than ever without breaking the bank. It's professional strength, easy, guaranteed. Buyers needs head seal blown head gasket repair. Now available with purchase order.
And there's that.
Now available to buy or rent on DirectAuction
Rose's boyfriend.
Prince. Casino brother money. Something is weird.
Okay. Sometimes I remove this But I can get to that bolt without removing it. It's kind of a pain in the butt to remove it. So I can work around it. Now we just got our bolts to do. If it's that size. You know, better put a rag down because some oil is going to come out of it.
So do you just take the outer ones off?
Yeah, this plate does not have to come off, and your inspection plate does not have to come off, of course. It's just bolted to the case itself. Cover, and when you do this, you have certain size bolts going certain places, which your long ones are going to be back here, your short ones are up here. They're all the same size up front. When you get back here, these are a little bit longer. That's the same length. These guys, I think, are your longer ones. What you want to keep track of. There's a long one. It's these back four, I believe. And this one. Yep.
Oh, that one's even
Those
longer.
four are all the same length.
Uh-huh.
So from here around to here, and then all the rest of these are the same length. Oh, sorry, 5. This middle one. That's right. Okay, just got one more. And let's take a breath. Okay, there we go. There it is. It's in good shape for 27 years old.
Right.
It looks good. I really don't have any kind of metal or anything, so I don't think our problem is here. But to pull your transmission, you got to get this stuff off, pull some bearings so that can slide out the other side. You also got to get your starter out of the way, which this bolt has to come out before you loosen up your other two over there and pull your starter out of the way. It saves time. Just get it out of your way right away. Be done with it. So we'll have to knock your little crimp off there and get that going, and then we can take the battery off. Don't forget to take the leads off the battery so you're not shocking yourself. Starter, and we'll get rid of that ready to come out. But we noticed when I turned my wheel here, it sounds like it's my sprocket right behind all this stuff.
It does.
Broken or something. Feels like it's going right over it. Put it in neutral. Unsmooth. I don't know. Is it the shaft to the sprocket that's busted, or is it the sprocket itself? So we got to get all this off to get back there. So we're gonna have to hit this crimp washer. It's a tough little bugger. There we go. And again, 7/16. I need a screwdriver in there. break her loose. There it is, all one piece. I believe this comes out too right here. We don't want the bearing. It doesn't come out until we get the rest of the stuff off. So we'll keep this over here primary all together. And we gotta take off this clip here to get to the bolt back here. So that you take off this bolt and that whole piece will come out. So set a snap ring tool. Pull out your ring. That comes off. There's the bolt right there. We'll put this with that once I get it all off so we don't lose it. Now we'll get it. Our air wrench. I believe this is reverse threads.
Ah, okay.
And I am right.
Got that, everyone? That's reverse threads.
Front one is not reverse threads. Get that right there. Let's take off your chain tensioner guide. Take this all the way off. Pull off with the chain and everything. We'll put that nut back on the bolt. Oh, you should. Okay.
Looks like we have to take off that
Peg.
peg, kickstand support.
Trying to get around things you just can't get around.
Right?
Nothing simple on a Harley. Put that bolt back in the peg when we get it, and then it's got another 1/2 inch at the bottom of it with no nut.
Well, hey Jay, you know what? You got that thing loosened up enough. It's cleared it.
Yeah, but I might as well get it out of my way. How long does the bolt have to be?
Right. What are you doing? An 1/8 turn at a time? Click, click, click.
Yeah.
Quit fucking with that thing. Already.
Right. Finally.
It's out of there.
Okay. It is rather long.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, now you get your bolts with it. Never lose them. Okay, now we get it off the rest of the way.
It's a pretty easy process. Not really
It's
too
not
bad.
bad. You just gotta have a good air compressor,
Right.
good air wrench.
And you're using like 150 psi.
This
little
is a
home
torque
shop
150, and this is
compressor.
120. But this is reverse threads. That is forward threads.
And off she came.
Okay, that comes off. And that comes off.
And you just keep that together.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt. What it's going to take, not going to put that on because I'm going to pull this whole case here. So I'm going to set it inside my clutch where it goes. This goes right here.
Let's try to spin
It's
your
together.
tire now, see what happens.
Okay, and then I'm going to throw this washer and nut back on just to keep it. It won't be anybody's way.
There you go. You don't have to worry about losing them, misplacing them.
Right, kicking them,
Right.
spending hours looking for them. Been there, done that.
Right.
Now your stator's right behind here. This washer comes off. I'm gonna put that washer, because it came off this way, flat on that side with a little lip on this side. Right here, under there where it goes. And then we can pull this off, and you'll see your stator back there if you ever need to replace your stator. This is the same process that you'll have to do. So,
Now let's try to turn that tire, see what we
okay,
got.
so this is your
Oh,
drive.
look.
Here's your drive, hang on, I'm in neutral. Now I'm in gear. I can still feel it, like something behind this is slipping. Like it could be the sprocket. Okay, back to neutral. Okay. As you can see, it wasn't too long ago. I was in here replacing the stator. That's why it's so cool.
Right.
Right?
Should have videoed that one.
Right. Now, I forget what I did to get this out. It wasn't much. There it comes right off. Little hook or something would work great. It's got a little pull because it's magnetized.
Right.
So possibly maybe an Allen in either hole. There it comes. And that's all magnetized. Everything looks good. Now you know it's not, if this does demagnetize, it's not your stator, you gotta replace this. I've had that happen once. Not on this bike, but a different one.
Ah.
But stator looks good. If you're gonna replace it, you just take these Allens off, pulls right off. Your cord goes through the front of your motor right here. Put her back in, charge it again.
Piece of cake.
Yep. We'll clean all those parts before we put them back in.
What kind of symptoms do you have when you have a problem with that?
the main problem with the Stator is it shorts out.
Oh,
What happens is from heat and cooling, these wires that are inside here, behind this, get brittle like any cord.
right.
And what happens is it shorts out. Now, I rode it almost 300 miles after it happened. The bike's not running the best, but I got it home, and you unplug it right here and hit your power charging lead with the key on to your motor, and if you got ohms, it's grounded. And
Ah,
that's what happened to mine. It grounded itself out.
oh, gotcha.
So it wasn't charging to your voltage regulator to your battery. I made it home, thank God.
So you check the resistance from those leads to ground.
Yes. And
Uh-huh.
if it ohms out, you're shorted.
Gotcha.
Replace it. I think it was only $65 or something. Not
Oh,
bad. Yeah.
that's not too bad.
Right.
Easy fix.
And you can
and
get
you've saved a lot
get
of money.
You can get a super duper one that
Oh.
gives you more voltage and stuff. If you have more lights and more
Accessories.
accessories on your
Got a booming stereo.
right. So. Okay, so
Yeah, you can
I'm
save
going
money
to go
doing
over
it
and pull the
yourself.
starter now.
All right, so that came out.
Okay, this comes out. It's the shaft that will, when your starter engages to your drive here. So we're just gonna pull that out because it will be in our way, and now we can pull the starter out the other side. So this basically sits like this. And back here. Okay, so on the other side, 2 Allens and your starter will come out. And then we can pick off the lead to it. So we can just pull it completely out. Always gotta hit something. My hands are just too slippery.
So there's just 2 of those?
Yes, one in the front, one in the back. And your ground lead goes to the one in the back.
Ah.
That lead gets out. Never enough room. Of course it's not out. Why would it be?
You got another thread or 2.
Right. Those last 2 that get you every time. Okay. Oh. There you go, is one. And if you're ever thinking about it, you have to remove it to get into this top case anyway. You can't get to that bolt and this bolt with your Allen to take that off. You can just loosen that bolt on the inside and loosen these and twist it out of your way. You don't have to totally remove it
Oh, okay.
if you want to get in there. And this one I don't need the swivel. Pretty sure I got a straight shot. This back one holds the bracket that holds your exhaust right here. You can see it's loose already. And your ground is on that, which goes back to your battery.
Right, you got that disconnect.
Yeah, and then there's a ground strap that we will remove when we take this off too.
Oh.
Get underneath there. Another super duper long one. Okay, they're both the same. Doesn't matter.
Cool.
Now we will loosen that. Take off this, which is your power. Back to your battery. Right on here. Looks like a ½ inch. There. Battery is disconnected, so I will not spark anything.
Yeah, no need to be welding on your nice chrome.
Right.
And that will definitely
Leave a mark.
Yeah.
Nut, lock washer. Get your main cable out of the way.
He's out of there. Nice.
So then you got this wire comes off, and we got to get in here to the secondary wire. So those are 7/16.
Now, can you just bungee that thing on there right there and just leave her there?
Let's just get it out of our way.
Alright, in case you ever have to replace the starter, let's get you through that procedure.
Don't draw that.
Is that 7/16 again?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. That's like the one of your main wrenches here in this
Yeah,
job.
7/16 and a half. Okay, we got these and that. I'll put it back on once I get this off. It's just on
Just a little connector. And I'll push the little tab in, get it out of there.
I think I just need a needle nose to be able to grab it.
Out you go.
There's the game. Now I can put my thing back on here. Oops. Don't lose that piece. Okay, and that if you do, it tells you in your book. But this is tapered on one side, and I believe the tapered side goes towards your primary side.
Wow.
But we'll check in the book again before we do, because it just came off and we didn't pay attention. Because it can go on either way.
Gotcha.
But see, I think it goes too far that way. That's why.
Right. And it
I believe
taper
it's
helps
this
line
way.
it up too.
Yes. I believe it's that way.
We will check that out.
And if you're looking for a book for your EVO, I would do it just online. eBay, Amazon, they all got them. Okay, starter's done. What do we got here? We got this nut and washer. And then our two bolts go right through there. Okay, I'll go save these.
to the other side. Ah, that's right. I was thinking I might have to take out my stator to pull this off, but this separates right here.
Oh.
This piece is on your motor. All this. There's a seal behind here. So I'll just come off.
Cool.
And this is the bearing seal I want to replace. Just, you know, you got it off. I'm also going to replace the bearings and seals in here. You know.
Oh yeah, it's got a little play.
It's got a
in
little
there, huh?
slop. And I have broke my shifter off before, and it's probably because it's got a little slop.
Oh.
So I want to save that and fix it while I got it off. So we will have to remove this. And you know, four bolts, I believe. That all holds that on there.
Wow. That's it, huh?
Yeah. Pops right off. And that just holds your tranny and motor together.
Wow.
And once you get that off, you could pull your whole transmission out if you wanted, or pull your motor out, whatever you want to do.
Ah.
Because they're separate.
Oh, gotcha. And does the tranny mount to that cover, or is it mounted?
Well, it's
somewhere?
mounted. It got some bolts right here that mount to the motor, but no hoses in between. It's a separate unit, and then your drive shaft comes through from the back side.
Ah.
And there's two mounts underneath down by your oil filter down there. And then when you pull that out, you can pull it out. There is
Nice.
a
C-clip.
no. Well, there's a C-clip in here for this, but back here behind this, there's a. It's not really a seal. It's like just a bearing
Like a
spacer,
thrush washer or something.
and you got to pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the tool for that. It's $90 online. It takes it off and presses it back on.
Oh, nice.
So for $90 on eBay, you can get one of those. Okay, let's get the folding these babies down.
You can't see that. They're little locking tabs.
Yes, and there's 3 of them, but because you have a hex nut, only 2 of them are going to fold and do anything. So you're only usually folding 2 of them. You have to fold all 3 of them. That one broke. I'm going to have to get replaced. The little tab snap. There it goes. So I'll have to replace that. So I'll probably just get a set, replace all of them. They're cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe it's a half. Yes, sir. Where is my short? On that. Yeah, and a couple different sizes. These are a little longer in the back here, and these are shorter.
Ah.
Oh yeah, forgot. All this has to come off. Shifter. There's a bolt right here on the case and one down here. Forgot. Outside ones. This all got to come off so that we can slide out.
Okay.
So another Allen. Going the right way. Wrong. Okay, you little bastard. I just had this thing off. Of course, it slid right off then.
Right. There she goes.
Almost. Yep. There it goes.
All right.
Okay,
Another
put
one
your
down.
Allen back in there. Get out your little spacer right there. And then we can do these two bolts.
Has it got a little seal on that as well?
I put these little thin plastic washers there was a little gap between this spacer and my shifter, so every time I squirted grease in here, it just
Oh, right.
so this kind of, I just did this and then pushed it up against there, and it kind of holds the grease in there a little bit better. You're never going to
nice.
stop it completely,
Right.
because as it heats up outside and your motor heats up, it thins out a little bit and comes
Yeah.
out. So Harley is supposed to leak oil, marking its territory.
Right. Back in the day, you didn't have to have chain lube.
Right. Auto chain lube. Okay. Who tightened these? Okay. Okay. Okay, time for the rubber mallet. And I think because those starter bolts hold that side, we're fine. Just needs a little tap.
Little tappy tappy. You don't have to remove that C-clip or anything at this point.
I think that just slides off. I mean, guess I really should look at my book.
Right. Time to refer to manual.
Yeah, maybe we should look at it real quick.
Okay.
So, no, we did not need to pull this clip and bearing off there. Just a couple taps from behind. Started to break it loose. Pull that out, shoulder out. There you go.
Nice.
It's out. Your bolts are in it still. Your bearings there. I'm going to replace these just to be on the safe side. So, we'll set this off to the side. And you can see the rest of your stuff here. Here's where your transmission and engine bolt together, besides a couple frame mount stuff. And this is the bearing that I have to pull off. Right here.
All right, let's spin
now
that.
let's give her a spin and see what has happened. I can put it in gear right there. Huh, he's right. That is very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, because seems like it's locked up. Try to hold that hub still. And just try to spin her. Hold that center shaft, Jay.
No. Oh, there you go. Okay. I believe it's in the transmission then. Right?
Okay.
I can hold that.
Yeah.
And or the splines of this sprocket.
I think that's the
I
next
think
step.
that's what it is.
Right. Yeah, that sucker does seem
That
like it's
ain't
just
that,
spinning.
which I wanted to re-gear it anyway.
Oh.
Because at 80 I'm doing 3,500 and I would like to really get down to about 32. Would be nice because it's only a 5-speed. Gives me a little better gas mileage and a little better cruising speed. So I think this is a 32. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go with a 34. Just 2 teeth.
Right.
Okay, now here's the bearing, or basically the spacer that has to be pulled off, which I do have the tool for. So let me get that.
Nice.
And there it is.
Nice.
Now if I can just remember how to use it.
You'll use it every day?
Right?
Hopefully
Okay,
not.
I believe all that really happens is that slides over that, and we need to screw that all the way out. That slides over the back of that race. Screw this baby in. And we'll start pulling it.
So you don't have to do anything with that nut
What nut?
at this point?
Those other ones?
That nut that's behind that?
No, that stays for now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we gotta get this race off. Once we get the race off, if we had the other side unbolted already, this whole thing will slide right out.
comes
This
right
race
out
is
of
what's
there.
holding that.
Oh, wow.
You know, completely holding it, in there, so.
Right.
Okay, now, putting it in gear ain't gonna help me, is it? So I'm gonna have to get my big crescent on there. is off. That's all it is. Really, I guess it's a race, you know. And it's got a little bit of grooving. Feels pretty good. I think I replaced it new last time. And it just sits on there. Now, if we had all the bolts off the other side, this would just slide right out. Wouldn't have to touch this or nothing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But we got to get this bolt, so we need to pull this out.
Yeah, right.
You know, I don't have anything that's going to get that. So, now it'll be granny time. We'll spin the bike around and take a little break here. Transmission out so that we can look at the sprocket or the gears, whatever. We're going to have to take this cover off to pull your shifter fork out of there. And then this will slide out. But all this has to go. Your pipe has to get out of your way.
What are they, just clamps?
Yeah, they're just a hose clamp, and it's got a little welded on piece. The hose clamp goes through to hold your heat shield on.
Nice.
I didn't have one when I bought the bike, so found it at scrap place.
Keep your foot a little cooler.
Might as well, right?
Right.
Especially when you're in the hot sun of California.
All right. Every Harley owner should do their own little maintenance jobs, and you know, it's not that tough.
Nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
This bracket is a brace connected to the casing of this that just kind of holds your pipe steady. Okay, and then okay, right pipes. Pipe mount.
So what do they got back there for bolt mounts? Is that all factory stuff?
Yeah, these are just Screaming Eagle pipes. Or nothing fancy, but all my other pipes the same. This is just a bracket here.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through a rubber mount. Everything on a Harley rubber mounted vibration.
Right.
And then the bolts are on the bracket here, so that's all it is. Needs a little tap here.
Give it a little twist there.
I wish I could. Wasn't that hard getting them on?
All right. All right, we'll beat on this thing for a little bit and get back to you.
Okay.
They're back.
This baby's on there. We tried to heat it up a little bit on this side and still try to get it out. It wouldn't come off. So I'm going to try to angle the pipe so it's out of our way with it on. So we'll give that a shot. This is kind of a pain. You gotta kind of bend it to get it to come off of there. We can lift it a little bit when we unbolt that side. Looks like 1/2 inches. Is half. I'll be able to get this in there. We're very tight.
No?
I wasn't having any exhaust leak, but
Hey, that's all right. Well, wasn't so loose it might have vibrated off.
no, got to break it loose, but it's a miracle. It wasn't tighter. Here's my bike.
I know, dude. Yeah, Hercules over here.
It's not tight enough.
Did you get it tight enough, dude? You're turning purple. Going to hold that pipe up in the back? You got it.
Got it. And okay, got it out. Can we?
That clamp, can you get that out of there now?
But I don't know that we're going to be able to do anything. I think I'm going to have
that
to.
brake.
I can get this somewhat out of the way, but I think I'm going to have to remove my foot peg. Let me get to that.
All right,
Yeah.
running board's gonna come off.
Yeah.
We'll be back. All right, we're back. That
Okay.
exhaust, we got that out of there. That was a little biatch, but we routed
Pulled
it
this.
out.
And just kind of
Snaked it through
snaked
there.
her out of there. And it's all in one piece, so I don't have to worry about pulling it apart.
Right.
So now we gotta drain this. Only holds a pint. It's no big deal.
What size is that one?
This is a 7/8.
7/8. Train bolt for the trans. Holds a whopping 1 pint. It's not much.
There's never an easy way. Just gotta get greasy. Looks really good.
Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Pretty
yeah.
fresh.
It's gotta be the spline on that sprocket. It's gotta be what it is.
Is that thing made out of composite? Kind of a rubbery kind of. I
This is
don't know.
Harley. Steel. American steel.
Heavy duty.
Yes.
HD.
It is.
It's no wimp bike. How many times you been to Sturgis on this thing?
Just once.
Once on this one?
Yeah, believe it or not, first time was on a gold wing.
Don't say that too loud.
Right. Yeah, this one was $32.50 round trip.
That's a nice little ride.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it wasn't quite so nice. I heard it rained a little bit.
Yeah, about a day and a half.
A day and a half of rain, dude.
Yeah.
Torrential shit.
At times.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah. I pulled over more than once because of it. Just to wait it out.
You guys were diehards, though. You know you didn't give up.
No, later. Okay. Just gonna have to put it right down there. She's gonna drip a little bit. Get an old shirt.
All right, we'll let this drain, and then we'll be on to taking the cover off this trans and
Okay.
getting it out of there.
Okay. So now you gotta pull your clutch cover. Right here, we're gonna have to pull this top piece too. So let's get our Allens for that. Perfect. This is a 3/16 and a quarter is about most of the Allens on this bike. This is just your neutral. Leave that over here out of the way for a while.
It goes through neutral light on your dash.
Yeah. You know, all that is, it creates, you already have power up there.
Right.
That's the ground. So if you ever want to figure out if your neutral switch is broken because your light's not working, you can take this off when it's running, touch it to the motor, that light will light up.
Ah.
Because all this does
Completes
is
the
there's a ball
circuit.
buried in there and it pushes it, makes contact, creates the circuit.
Sweet.
So I had to replace that just
Simple
recently.
circuitry.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, baby.
$20 for one deal.
Right.
Got 5 bolts, one long one, the other 4 are the same. Really? It's to be a different. Okay. There it goes. Got a little vent tube right here, a little puke tube, that's all it is. Pops off there. There you go. With your gasket, which will replace, and there's your ball bearing. All that does is, when that shifts, pushes that ball bearing in and makes the connection. Okay, so you have to take off this. It's connected to all your shifting forks. So that when we take this off, it can come out. And I believe that's a 7/16 again.
You can take most of the bike apart with a 7/16 wrench. I love it. That's engineering for you, you know? Probably fine threads, huh?
I'm thinking
Yeah.
they're in there. Okay.
So once you get those out, you're pretty clear to get it out of there?
Yeah, pull your clutch cover, and then the case itself, and the gears stay with it. All comes out in one piece, easy, speedy.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, so
Alright.
we got that off. Pull your shift fork out of the way there. Oh, washer and bolt one down in there. Damn it. But we're gonna pull it out anyway, so that's it. Your neutral hits right in this hump here somewhere
Right.
when you get it in neutral.
Aha.
Yeah. And it just sits on there. You just pull this back up, put it back on there. Everything's good.
Don't have to worry about any alignment, anything like
These-
that. They just line up.
Little dowels here
Mm-hmm.
will sit in right there.
Oh, okay.
So you'll know. It'll
Yeah,
fit. It won't sit in there until those are in.
Exactly.
Fit right in those 3 dowels.
Okay.
So, course, all these parts will be cleaned by hand before we put them back in. See if I can grab that bolt out of there real quick. Of course not. Nope.
Wow.
Really sitting in the bottom. Okay.
Have to tip it over when we get it out of there. All right.
Okay. So, my little guy. Nope, no one. And you can find all the torque specifications when you put this back together in the book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think
Right.
these are only like 10 or something. You know, you have to kill it.
Right. Yeah, definitely get a manual. Have that standing by.
I just got this chrome piece at the Long Beach swap meet. Mine was brushed aluminum. You can pick up a lot of parts at swap meets. It'll bolt onto these.
$100.
$100.
It's nice. Spiffs up the side pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
Did you get that top piece previously, or?
Yeah, no, at the same time. One, I think that was 40 and this was 20 or something.
Definitely dress that up
Yeah,
on that aluminum.
It helps it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that well, because it's got a clear coat on it. You can only get it so clean. Okay, your clutch cable's still connected. I'm really not going to disconnect it, so we'll just get it over here to set. That'll work out of the way. Okay, so here are your spinnies. Right there, that's your clutch rod. Just pull that out. There's another rod that goes all the way through, but it'll come out with that. But this goes right there. Pushes that. Easy peasy.
Yep, engages and disengages the clutch.
Yeah, right here. Back side of this. It's just kind of like a wedged piece, so as it spins,
Right.
the thicker piece pushes on the rod.
Right.
And back out. Just kind of does that. Okay. Okay, that's an oil line bracket. Just holds your oil lines in place. Got another one back here. Another oil line. basically an exhaust bracket mount. And these two clips go on the outside. Now, looks like about 2 more Allens and we're out of there. Can't see it.
And did the guts just come right out of it from that
Yeah,
point?
you keep these bolts. That's just 2 shafts. This shaft just goes into a bearing in your case. This shaft goes all the way through through the sprocket into your clutch basket. And they'll come right, since we pulled that race off, it'll be able to slide right out. First time I took it apart, I sat here trying to figure out why it wouldn't come out.
Oh, shit.
And then I waited a week for the race puller. Once that happened, it comes out. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, definitely get your tools together before you start something like this.
Okay, we're gonna need a little tapper. Maybe I can get something from the other side. Or how about I just tap on the...
There it goes.
There it goes. Okay.
Alright.
Tapped on the shaft a little bit.
Alright.
Okay.
Is that neutral hitting anything? The neutral lever?
No. No, it's clear. I could be hitting the bolt. You know what? You gotta pull this shaft. Here it is. Okay, come look at this close.
Okay.
Your shifting fork's right here. Okay, of course they can't come out any further because they're in the way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you pull this rod out. Right here. Now you can take that fork out. Okay, so we're going to leave that right there. That's number 1. That's number 2. Goes just like this, the other way. There's number 3. That goes on. That goes on. And that goes on. And you got it. Those are your shifting forks.
Cool.
And you can see that in the book. They'll show you. Okay.
It's a cake. Yeah, no surprises with that. Thank you. That was no problem.
Gears look good for 57,000 miles.
Yeah.
So now we can check what we're looking at. But now we can just set this on the bench. And there you go. Now we get that bolt and washer out of there. I don't see any metal shavings in here. So I believe it's either something to do with this final Give that a little slop. Final drive right here to that sprocket. Okay, and we'll get this spun around again now. So we get that on that side. Show them how we're gonna hold.
We're getting some movement here on the sprocket, and we're gonna have to get that nut off of there, and then
So
we'll see.
hold the rear wheel steady and
Hopefully it comes right off. All right, that's what we're working on now.
Little detour. Get an inch of 7/8 socket at Sears. Put on our sprocket here. We're still spinning on the other side. We're trying to put a little rubber wedge in there to hold the bracket on the other side, your main drive gear, which is the only thing left in the tranny right now. Okay, you want to try it?
Yep.
You let me hold it?
All right.
All the teeth have worn off on my sprocket here. So it looks to me like a new sprocket, which I wanted to re-gear it anyway. And now I can re-gear it a little higher. You just buy a new sprocket, put it back on, everything should be good. This looks all good here. Spinning free. Looking good. So I think I'll just keep all that and replace this.
All right.
And we'll get back to how much that baby cost.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, well, you found it. That's the main thing, and it wasn't that big a deal, really.
No, a lot of removal of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's just parts and pieces, and nothing really
but
high
we kept
tech.
all the nuts with everything, and
Right.
it's gonna go right back together. And then when you get in trouble, look at the book.
Right.
It has assembly and disassembly.
All right, guys. We'll see you when we reassemble this
here we're
baby.
on this 1990